Okay.
Hi, my name is Debbie Wagner. I'm the Director of Accounts for the Bureau of Accounts at the Division of Local Services. And today on this webinar, I wanted to introduce Tony Rashis, the Deputy Director of Accounts, and Bill Aragel, our Public Finance Analyst, who is probably world famous for all his work with the State House Note Program. I'm sure he's a familiar name to all of you. So today we wanted to host this webinar to go through the new process for submitting documentation related to State House notes. This webinar is being recorded. Just wanted to make sure that all of the participants were aware that the presentation is being recorded. I want to share my screen now. I don't know what's happening.
We can see, Deb.
We can see.
Okay. I was having trouble advancing the slide. I didn't know what was happening.
No
So
worries.
today we're going to go through the changes to the State House Note submission process. The main changes to the program are that, and we want to emphasize first that the most important thing is that Bureau of Accounts review of all of the documents related to the processing of a State House Note will be exactly the same. The only thing that is changing with regard to our process for State House Notes is the method of submission of the documents related to our certification of the State House Notes. As we indicate here, there's the main changes are that there will be no more mailing of any documents. The notes and any related documents will be submitted via our Gateway application, and that will be done by city, town, district, and county treasurers. The public finance section will no longer receive the original note, but a scanned copy of the note that's uploaded to the Gateway system. There will be no longer any signature of the director on the actual note, and the director's approval letter will take the place of the director's signature, and that will be automatically sent out upon our approval of the note with a scanned copy of the note. And then most importantly, the treasurer will be responsible for sending the original copy of the note to the winning bank once they receive our director's approval letter. One of the benefits of this new process is that the upload to Gateway is more secure and faster than US mail or mail delivery service, and provides against the occasional loss of a note in the mail or delivery service process. And any additional information, or when Bill has questions, any additional information can be added and uploaded to Gateway very quickly. And so we feel that any changes necessary can be made much more quickly. And additionally, the upload to Gateway process is a process that all city and town and district treasurers are familiar with. We actually did a review of the Gateway login process, and we discovered, as we were certain we would, that for any city or town or district that has certified, and this past year, all but 2 cities and towns had free cash certified, but all 51 cities and towns, the treasurer access and upload documents to Gateway, as well as data enter information directly into the Gateway system. So we know that this is a process that treasurers are familiar with and comfortable with. We've updated our State House Notes webpage, and we encourage you to go there and look at the updated information and updated instructions for the submission of State House Note documentation into Gateway. All forms and instructions have been modified to show that how we want those forms emailed. In the case of a DA 82, we no longer want forms mailed to the office. And if they're documents that should be uploaded to Gateway for the application of the State House notes, the instructions are on our new web page. As well as on our webpage for State House Notes, there are instructions by category of the types of documents that we will want to see uploaded to Gateway, depending on the type of note that is being issued. So for example, in the case of revenue anticipation notes, we would want to see the clerk's certificate, scanned copy of the note, certified copy of the vote that was taken authorizing the debt, and a cash flow statement. And in some cases, an audit report is required at the request of the Director of Accounts. But as you can see, for each type of note being issued, a RAN, a BAN, a SAN or FAN, or serial loans, we have this document on the State House Note page that shows what type of documents we want you to upload into Gateway as part of this new process. Additionally, on the State House Notes page is a checklist for your use to make sure that you've either followed all of the steps in the process of having the State House note issued, or making sure just that you've uploaded all of the necessary information into the Gateway system. And as always, if you have questions about whether or not you're submitting the right documents, or if you have any other questions related to the State House Notes process, you can email Bill Arrigal at this email address. As I mentioned before, most of you are very used to dealing with Bill regarding the issuance of State House Notes. So Bill can be reached at his email address, and you can pose your question and he'll provide you with an answer. And now I just want to give you an overview of how you get into Gateway and where you upload your documents. After I go through this process, I'll do an actual demonstration of how this process works. So once you log into Gateway using your regular Gateway login credentials, and if you're the treasurer in more than one town, you want to make sure that you're logging in using the Gateway credentials for the town that you're processing the note for. Once you log into Gateway and you select the other apps application, and then go to the State House Notes maintenance screen, you'll be in the State House Notes maintenance screen, but you will already be in the city or town that you're working on. So you don't need to select your jurisdiction or the jurisdiction name. Once you log in, that will appear there for you. Once you're on this screen, you're gonna enter any information in boxes that are not greened out. If the box is green, you don't need to worry about entering any information in that box. So some of the fields that you'll be entering would be on the right side, date of authorization, what the note number is, and you have to enter a note number. For the bank, there's a drop-down menu there, and you can select the bank name. The DOR number you will enter, and then the paying agent, as well as a drop-down menu that you will select who the paying agent is. You'll enter the amount of the note and the rate of the note, and then what type of note it is. That's also a drop-down box for you to select RAN or BAN or GAN. And when it's payable is a drop-down box as well, as also the purpose for which the loan is being issued, what type of project it is, and that's a drop-down box. Also, you'll enter the amount authorized by city or town meeting for that debt issuance, what the date issued is, and what the amount unissued is, and what the due date of the note is. So that's pretty brief amount of information to enter. I want to draw your attention to the email approval box, and that is a green box that Bill will be entering, or the public finance analyst will be entering the email addresses of all of the people who will receive the director's approval letter, along with a scanned copy of the note once he approves it. So in Bill's current process, when he's done certifying a note, he emails all of the parties that worked on the note. And in addition to things like the FedEx receipt, which will no longer exist, he includes things like a scanned copy of the note. So the email approval process will be the same, or the email notification process will be the same, and it will include a scanned copy of the note and the director's approval letter, which I'll show you in a minute. But the important thing to note on this page as well is once you enter all of that information, you're going to click the save button, and I'll show you that on the next screen. Once you click the save button, the following set of boxes will appear. And I want to draw your attention to the current documents box, because that's where you'll upload all of the documents that normally would have been sent via FedEx or mail delivery service to the public finance analyst. Those are the same documents that you'll upload to this box here. They should be uploaded as individual documents and not just one scan. In the event that there needs to be a change to any one of the documents, you can just select that one document to delete if there's an error or a problem, and upload the corrected document without having to fix any of the other documents. Once you're done uploading the documents, you'll select Save and Submit. Once you select Submit, it will send a notification to us that there's a State House note there for us to approve. And additionally, the treasurer will receive a confirmation email indicating that the form has been properly submitted and that DOR has been notified. If Bill has any questions, if the public finance analyst has any questions, is missing anything, or needs any other information, he has the ability to unlock the form and make the request of you to upload any additional information. And I know that this process goes on now where Bill might send someone an email indicating that he has a question or needs additional documentation, and that you email it to him. This will provide you the ability to upload that document directly into the Gateway system. Once Bill completes his usual review of the State House notes document, he will then select the Approve button, which will automatically generate this director's approval letter. And this director's approval letter will be sent out with a scanned copy of the note. It will be sent to all of the individuals who worked on the note that Bill normally would email now that he's approved a note. So all of those people will receive the approval letter. One thing I want to draw your attention to on the approval letter is where it says that the treasurer should deliver the original note to the winning bank immediately upon receipt of this notification. It's very important that you do that quickly. The banks have indicated to us that they will use their usual method of payment, which may not include currently having the original copy of the note in hand, but they need to receive it immediately after. One of the questions submitted before the webinar was, will we be putting out new forms of note? And I wanted to just let everyone know that this week coming up, we'll post new forms of note on our webpage. And additionally, the other question that was asked was, what happens if you have books of note still remaining in your vaults in city or town hall or in the district? And we'll provide you with that information this week coming up, how we want you to handle those. Additionally, we are aware that it is appropriate for you to print the form of note on city, town, or district letterhead, and that's considered sufficient paper to print the form of note on. The next thing I want to do is give you a brief demonstration of how the process actually works in Gateway. So I'm going to switch screens. And I'm going to ask Frank just to confirm, can everybody see that screen now?
Deb, I still see the director's approval letter screen.
Okay. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to share the screen. How about now, Frank?
Yep, I see Gateway.
Okay. Excellent. So if I'm a city, town, district, or county treasurer, I'm going to log in with my usual Gateway credentials. And this is just like using Gateway. I don't know why this isn't working. Okay, so we're going to pivot a little bit because I don't know why the login is not working. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go to my real Gateway account. And now I'm going to screen share with all of you. Can you see that, Frank?
Yep, that's good.
Okay. So your screen is going to look slightly different, but what you need to take away from this is that you're going to go to the other apps application at the top of your screen. You're going to have much fewer options than I have here. So the other apps will stand out to you. And then you're going to go to the State House Notes maintenance screen. And because I logged in as me, not my pretend Gateway username, I'm just going to select a city or town, and I'm just going to select the first one in the drop-down box, just so I can show you what it looks like. Because I'm live, I'm not going to actually enter the data in here, but I would be adding things like the date of authorization, the bank, as I indicated, there's a drop-down menu for the bank. You're going to put in your note number, which is very important, and your payer. You can select from one of the paying agents listed there. You're going to put the dollar amount in, and you're going to put the rate, which is just a number, not the percentage. And then you're going to select what type of debt you're issuing. you can select in this box the purpose for which you're issuing the debt and when is the debt payable, and the issue date, the authorized and unissued amounts, the due date. And again, if you were, if I were doing this as a regular city or town or district or county treasurer, the date received, the certified date box, the notes box, and the email approval boxes would all be greened out. And I wouldn't be able to enter information there. And then at the bottom, you'll see save. I'm going to put a note number in here. And I'm going to click save to see if that will let me. Okay, and so then once I hit save, you can see that additional boxes appear at the bottom of the screen. And here's current documents. And I'm going to upload some files here just to show you how that works. And so on my desktop, I'm going to go to where I've saved my files that I need to upload. And I'm going to, for example, upload the clerk's certificate. And then, for example, I'm going to upload another document. So I just select upload new documents again. Say maybe I need to upload the green light letter. I'm going to save that. And there it is. You see it down here. And then maybe I need to upload the note. Obviously, I should upload the note. And say, for the sake of the demonstration, that those are all of the documents that I need to upload. Then I'm going to click save. And I would normally click submit, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to cause any real activity in the actual production side of Gateway. And that's as easy as it is. At this point, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I will take any questions. I will look in the. Okay.
I
Yep.
don't know if maybe you want to share your screen again, but one of the common questions that we're receiving is about the DOR number field and what that number would be.
Okay, I'm going to ask Bill Aragal to help us out with that.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. The note number would be the next consecutive note number. So most treasurers know what the last note number they used was. In some cases, if they haven't borrowed for several years, they can just send me an email and I'll tell them what the next note number is.
There was a field, Bill. I'm going to share my screen again. There was one other field underneath the note number. It said DOR number. I believe that's what they're asking about.
Okay, currently you have treasurers that make up their own notes. They use the State House note forms. And you also have treasurers that use notes that have been provided by the financial advisor. The notes that are provided by the financial advisor would usually have a -1, and then underneath it would be the DOR number in case they decided to add a voided note.
Okay.
So there'll just be one note number now. I would just.
Okay.
Also, if you're using, the other thing is that if you're doing a serial note issue, you know, and you say the note is 50, you would have 50-1, 50-2, 50-3 for each consecutive year.
Okay.
If it was a split sale between two buyers, then you'd also have 50-1 and 50-2.
Okay. And again, those are questions that at the time that you're entering it, if you wanted to email Bill or call him, he would be happy to help you with. Another question I see is, can a note have multiple purposes? Yes. If so, how do we enter that information? So that would be in the purpose box, the drop-down purpose box. Bill, would they select multiple, and then would they select upload the form that gives us the breakdown of the multiple purposes?
Yes, they would select municipal purpose
Municipal.
loan, and then they would attach the municipal purpose loan form that gives the breakdown of the purposes, whether it's new or renewal, the pay downs, etc.
Okay,
That form is not going to change.
right. And so that's in the instructions on the various types of loans that can be issued, that you would need to select the submit the multiple purpose loan form. Does anybody else have any questions? Any other questions?
Deb, there was one more, and maybe
Oh.
you would answer it as part of another one that I had missed, but there was a question about, are the paying agents just banks? Was there an option for the issuer to be paying agent?
Bill, how about if you help on that one?
Okay. It will be the same as it's always been. If the note is a book entry note, if it's going to the depository trust company, then the paying agent has usually been, has often been the municipality. Payable at the town treasurer's office, payable at the city treasurer's office. But other than that, there's always been, usually the bank, they'll either be the bank that purchased the note is a paying agent, or the bank where they have most of their accounts at is the paying agent.
Okay. And again, this is if you have questions at the time that you're filling out the State House note maintenance screen, you can reach out to Bill and he'll answer your specific question at that time.
On that one, though, that will be decided when the bid sheet is being drawn up. So most likely, I won't be getting any questions on that. That's usually a discussion between the treasurer and the financial advisor.
Mhm.
In the cases where there is no financial advisor, then the purchasing bank is usually the paying agent also.
Okay. Okay. I think that was the last question. The slides and the video of this presentation are going to be available online at the conclusion of this webinar. And additionally, so that will be on our State House Notes page, as well as our education and training page. If you have any other questions or concerns, you can feel free to reach out in the last slide to any of the three individuals listed there, myself, Bill, or Tony Rashis. And we thank you for participating in this webinar today and hope that you found it informative. And we're looking forward to a successful launch of this new process. Thank you.